What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video on my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over a boxing match for Sunday/Monday, February 26th/27th, 2023. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And I wish you guys the best of luck on all your picks for today, for this event. Let's go ahead and get into the event. We're going to be looking at the boxing match between Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Fury or Fury? I always say that wrong. Paul versus Fury. I don't know. Jake versus Tommy. I'll just say that. This is actually going to be taking place in Saudi Arabia. And the time difference between here, the United States, which is where I'm at, and Saudi Arabia, there's going to be a difference in time. I believe Eastern Standard Time, the fight starts at like 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. However, by the time the main event rolls around, it's going to be 1 a.m. Monday morning in Saudi Arabia. So I bring that up to say that I pulled the birthday to and from based off of Monday, since it's going to be Monday, the 27th, where the location of the fight is taking place. That's the date that I'm going to be looking at, as well as with date numerology. Even though in the United States, we're going to be seeing it mid-afternoon on Sunday. So on this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. Now on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured here is I just have Top Rank Boxing spelt out right here. Just a note to myself that the fight is going to be at 1 a.m. Monday in Saudi Arabia. Right here's the location of the fight. I also wrote in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and then the arena. Here's one fighter right here, Tommy Fury, his name, his birthday, to and from. Like I said, I'm measuring the to and from based off of Monday's date. So Monday the 27th, since the fight will be taking place at 1 a.m. on Monday in Saudi Arabia. So his name, Gematria, his birthday, to and from, his fight record, any type of win or losing streak that he's on. Right here's the head-to-head last name, Gematria. And then at the bottom is Jake Paul, his name, birthday, to and from, his fight record. So this will be my fifth Jake Paul fight that I've done. I didn't do the Ali Gibb fight, and I didn't do the Nate Robinson fight, but I did pick Jake Paul to win Ben Askren. I did pick Jake Paul to beat Tyrone Woodley twice, and I did pick Jake Paul to beat Anderson Silva. So hopefully tooting my horn doesn't jinx me here in this fight, in the fifth fight that I'm doing for Jake Paul. So far, Jake Paul is bringing me winners. Hopefully it stays that way. But I'm going to start off with Jake Paul numbers, some numbers that will allow him to win this fight. And then I'm going to go over some Tommy Fury numbers, some numbers that will allow him to win this fight. And I'll just give my closing remarks in the end. So let's go ahead and just start with Jake Paul. Some numbers that can allow him to win this fight. Interesting note that this will be Monday, February 27th, when this fight takes place. It'll be 1 a.m. in Saudi Arabia on Monday, the 27th, which is 2/27. Jake Paul and his nickname, Jake the Problem Child Paul, sums to 227. Could be a good thing for him. 227 mathematically is the 49th prime number. Jake Paul written out sums to 49. So that could be a good thing for him. If you actually look at the number 49, mathematically speaking, 49, let's just do this. 227 is the 49th prime number. The fight's going to be taking place at 1 a.m. on Monday, February 27th, 2/27. His name, Jake the Problem Child Paul, sums to 227. 227 is the 49th prime number. His name, Jake Paul, sums to 49. And mathematically speaking, 49 has a square root of 7. So 7 times 7 equals 49. And his name, Jake Paul, sums to 77 as well. This could be the fight, his 7th fight, where he gets his 7th win in a row. Oops, I shouldn't have did that. His 7th fight where he gets his 7th win in a row, like 7-7. 7th fight, 7th win in a row, like 7-7. Jake Paul, 77 and 49. 49 has a square root of 7. Jake, the problem child Paul, sums to 227. This takes place at 1 a.m. on Monday, February 27th, 2/27, 227, the 49th prime. And that could be all she wrote for Jake Paul to win this fight. If he does get his 7th win in a row, 7 sums to 70, and of course he'll become a perfect 7-0, like 70 for a fight record in his career. 70. The person that he's fighting, Tommy Fury. His name sums to 87 and 42. And Jake Paul, this will be the 42nd day of his 26-year-old age. And I believe 26 written out sums to 42. So it would be the 42nd day of his 26-year-old age. And he'll be fighting Tommy Fury, which sums to 42, as well as 87. Tommy can end his 8-fight winning streak with a loss, as Jake Paul gets his seventh win in a row, 7-8, 8-7, kind of like 87. Tommy Fury, 42-87. The 42nd day of his 26-year-old age. 26 written out sums to 42. 7th win in a row. Ends his 8-fight winning streak like 8-7, 7-8. And I have the 81 marked here for some reason. I think it might just be the 54. I think it just might be because it has 18 date numerology on the Gregorian. 18, 81, they're just reflections of each other. Nothing crazy deep on that. But when I did write out 49, I did notice it sums to 117. And that's Jake Paul's birthday. January 17th, like 117. So I think it's really going to come down to that 49 number. Jake, the problem child Paul, 227, 49th prime on February 27th, 2/27. Jake Paul sums to 49 and 77. 7 times 7 sums to 49. 49 written out sums to 117. That's his birthday, 1/17. And his 7th fight, he can get his 7th win in a row. The 42nd day of his 26-year-old age. 26 sums to 42. Facing Tommy Fury, which sums to 42 and 87. And his 8-fight winning streak. 7th win in a row, 7-8, 8-7. I think that's probably what it's looking like for Jake Paul to win this fight. That's what I would put for him. Let's switch gears here and look at Tommy Fury. Fury or Furry, however you want to pronounce it.
Sorry to interrupt this video, you guys, but I need a huge favor from you. Can you go ahead and like this video and leave a comment below on who you think's going to win? It's going to help with the YouTube algorithm. It's going to help grow my channel. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and get back into the video.
I know I'm probably driving some people wild by saying it that way. But if Tommy was going to win this fight, what's interesting about that is this fight's taking place in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which sums to 90. And it sums to 126. This will be the 6th day of the 12th month for the Hebrew religious side of the calendar. 6/12, 12/6. Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, 126. Anagrams of each other. But it also sums to 90. And Tommy can become a perfect 9-0, like 90, for his career with a win. If you write out the number 90, it sums to 87, and that's his name. Tommy Fury sums to 87. You become a perfect 9-0, like 90. 90 sums to 87. Take place in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which sums to 90. This will be the 6th day of the 6th month for the Hebrew civil side of the calendar, like 66. And Jake Paul can sit on 6 wins for his career as he ends his 6-fight winning streak, kind of like 6-6. Actually, can mark this a gray as well because it will be a day with 18-date numerology on the Gregorian. And 61 is the 18th prime number. 61, if you write it out, sums to 41. And it's 41 days since his birthday. And so maybe that's the number. Instead of the 42, maybe it's the 41. 41 days since his birthday, he can become 6-1, like 61 for a record in his career with a loss. 61 written out sums to 41. 61, the 18th prime number. 18-date numerology on the Gregorian. Sits on 6 wins, ends a 6-fight winning streak on the 6th day of the 6th month for the Hebrew civil. Tommy becomes 9-0, like 90 in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which sums to 90, and 126, 6th day of the 12th month for the Hebrew religious side. It is 69 days till Tommy's next birthday. He can get his 9th win in a row as he ends Jake Paul's 6-fight winning streak, 6996. 69 days till his next birthday. So, also, he was born in the year 99. So maybe he was destined to get that 9th win in a row, become a perfect 9-0. It's his 9th fight. This is Jake Paul's 7th fight, 97 or 97. Mathematically, is the 25th prime number. 69 days till his 25th birthday. Could become 9th win in a row. Ends Jake Paul's 6-fight winning streak, 9669. So that would be some numbers for Tommy to win this fight. That's kind of basically what I have for this fight overall. One thing I will say is that if Jake Paul loses this fight, I think his boxing career is most likely over because he hasn't passed the threshold to where he can lose a fight and still have hype around him. Because he's fought. Oh, I deleted it. But the fighters that he has fought and won against have been old, retired MMA fighters. Some of them are legit fighters, of course. And I think Anderson Silva should have beat up Jake Paul. Even though I picked Jake Paul to beat Anderson Silva in the real world, I think Anderson Silva would beat up Jake Paul if it was a real non-fixed fight. I think these fights are really fixed. But in the real world, I think Jake Paul would have lost that fight for sure. But this isn't the real world. This is the world of sports entertainment. So this is all just entertainment. For entertainment purposes, I think if Jake Paul loses this fight, he loses his boxing career. Because the whole argument has been, well, fight a real fighter. Fight a real boxer. You're fighting these old, retired MMA fighters, and you think you're this hot shit or whatever. Why don't you fight a real boxer that's of age and that's actually boxing and see if you actually can do anything? So if Jake Paul loses to Tommy, I think the hype around Jake Paul as a boxer is going to dwindle significantly. The only way Jake Paul's training is going to keep going is if he wins this fight. He would have to win this fight. He still has to win this fight. He hasn't won enough fights for his reputation to stand on a loss or to get one loss. I don't think it's there yet. If he wins this fight, then it's there, I think. potentially. Then he could potentially lose the next fight and still have a boxing career in a sense. But if he loses this fight to an actual boxer of age, of strength and age, then it's a wrap for him, I think. But we'll see. There's definitely numbers for both sides, as I showed you guys. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gives you insight to the boxing match. I wish you guys the best of luck on all your picks. Hopefully you win all the money in the world. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the support. And I'll see you guys in the next video.